Hey, hi guys. So Zach is here. Now we're going to talk about Facebook hierarchy, and this is really important because I want you to understand how the sort of structure of the Facebook ads looks like. Okay, so we're going to talk about campaign, we're going to talk about AdSense, and then we're going to talk about ads. So let's jump in. So really fast, I created a small layout of the hierarchy of the Facebook, and under the name of the hierarchy, I put what is it used for. For example, for campaign, you only set up the objective of your campaign here. For ad sets, you can set up audience, placement, whether it's mobile or desktop, budget, and then you can schedule time of the day when you want your ad to run. And then on the ad level, this is where you put in your copy, your creative, and you decide on the format of the ad. So campaign, this is when you select campaign, and I will jump into Facebook really fast to show you this in, in real time. So when you click on campaign, this is what shows up. You have options to either raise awareness about your brand. Remember when we talked about the funnel? This is what you would do usually for the top of the funnel. This is what you would use for middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel. But this is not set in stone. Okay, just know that. But this is where you set the objective of your campaigns, and you can create as many campaigns as you want, but you can only have, so that you can only have one objective per campaign, because you can change the objectives on the ad set to a certain level, but you should really only have one objective per campaign. This is really important. It makes things so much easier for you in managing ads, and I will show you later why is that. Then we jump into ad set. This is the kind of layout of the ad set. You will see here that you can create a custom audience here, or find new audience based on the interest, age, gender, location. Then you can exclude certain people from certain audiences. Then you can decide where you want to place it, whether you want to place your ad on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, Messenger, whatever the case might be. Then you can have a budget and schedule. You can set up when you get charged, if you want the automatic bidding to happen, if you want uh, change delivery type, and so on and so forth. Uh, Objective is the same for all ad sets under one campaign. So that means that if your objective for the campaign was traffic, all the ad sets will have the uh, same objective. However, when you come to this part where it says optimization for ad delivery, and for example, let's say conversions here, and if your campaign objective was conversions, do not change this. Just leave it as it is. There is no reason to change it. Okay. I will go a little bit more into that later. You can also do the split test with ad sets. Let's say because your campaign has one objective, that means any ad sets that you put under that campaign will have the same objective. So, but you want to know if this ad is performing better with let's say you want to know, you want to split your audience based on the gender. So you want to target one audience who are just women and one audience who are just men. This is where you would do that, right? You would create two different ad sets. One, you would just click men. Let's say you don't change the age. Other ad set, you would just click women. And then when you jump into ads, you target them all with the same ad creative, for example. Or for women, you choose a different image. Let's say, I don't know, you want to show mother hugging her kid. And for the other ad, for men, you want to show dad hugging his kid, right? So you want to appeal to them in that way, and then you see which of those ads perform better. The one that performs better is the winner, and then you you will shut down the other one, the other ad set, so you don't waste money there. Or if they both are performing well, then you can just keep running them. I mean, that's also an option. So this is where you choose the format of your ad. You can add Instagram. You can select or you can select your Facebook page. Again, you can do with a single image, single video, slideshow. Depending on your objective, these options will change. If you're, for example, select a lead gen, there will be call to action to call someone, like call now. That's an option, but we will go a little bit. We'll go into that a little bit later. And this is where you select all of those things. So here are best practices that I have prepared for you, so you get better sense of what we're talking about and how to go about creating, utilizing this hierarchy. I apologize, to your advantage, right? And how to go about it. So these are kind of simple steps, right? So you want to create a new campaign and select your objective. That's pretty straightforward. However, you usually want to separate ad sets by defining their placement, right? Whether it's a desktop or mobile. The really important part about the mobile is that if you do not split test desktop and mobile, Facebook will automatically send majority of the traffic to your mobile device. It's just where their real estate is. They know the majority of their users use the mobile device. However, some audiences convert better and interact better with Facebook ads on desktop. There is no reason why, at least not that we in a Facebook marketing community could figure out, but it is what it is. It could be the size of the screen, the way their brain works, the perception of the ad, whatever the case might be. This is what I found to be the best practice. You want to split test based on the device on the ad set level. And then in that ad set level, you also wanna uh, find one interest. So for example, you use the same interest for both device placements. So in this case, let's say first ad set placement would be desktop and interest would be beauty. In the other ad set, placement would be mobile and interest would be beauty. Simple as that, right? And then on the ad level, you would use the same ad creative if it applies. However, let's say you want to split ad sets based on a device and gender. So basically, you want to have um, a so you want to have desktop placement for men and desktop placement for women. Then you want to have a mobile placement for men and mobile placement for women. You would have a 4 ad sets. Okay, so that's really important part. So here you're testing, let's say if this applies to you, here you're testing how certain genders act on certain devices based on the ad copy and ad creative that you're going to create. That this is simple A/B testing. You want to test how they interact. Okay. Another way that you can go about this is, let's say you just start with a A/B testing, a split testing of placement. And once you know which one of these two is a winner, let's say whether it's a desktop or mobile, then you split test on the gender, right? So you don't have to run them all at the same time. Running them all at the same time will also depend on your budget, how much time and money you have, and what results you're trying to accomplish. So here's the kick. It says for optimizing with different images or creative split test, make sure you run them under ad set. So basically, this is what I was talking about. So if you want to experiment with different options, like I just mentioned. Make sure that you duplicate the ad set that you already created. Change what you need to change. For example, let's say you already had an ad set that has a placement on desktop that only targets men. Now you can just copy that ad set, and you can copy that ad set, and then you can just change men to women, save it, and then just change the ad creative with the desired images and creative. So what a lot of marketers will do, they will, for example, on the ad level, they will have a couple of ads with different images. Sometimes they will have 7, 10, 15 images, right? But the thing with Facebook is that Facebook only looks at the first three, and then it we're not talking about the best three. It just looks at the first three, and that's where it sends all the traffic. So what you want to do is that you want to split those images in different ad sets and ads. So each ad set will have 3 ads, so you can see which one of those images performs the better. This is just in case if you want to go so deep and do like multiple split testing on that. This is a little bit more advanced, but I'm going to leave that up to you. You know your market the best, you know your client, see what works. So like I said, and here's the note, if you have more than 3 ads with different images created under one ad set, Facebook will optimize first 3 and others it will not. Okay, so that's pretty standard. That's pretty basic. So let's jump here really fast how this looks like in a real life. So we're gonna go to create a new ad, and then we're gonna choose objective. Let's say we're on the top of the funnel and we want to have brand awareness. We will click on a brand awareness. We're gonna click campaign name would be, in this case, it would be top of the funnel. Our objective is brand awareness, and let's say our asset is, let's say we're trying to sell a beauty products. Okay, set up ad account. Here just offers us these options. I'm just going to change this if it applies to you. If it doesn't, just keep moving on. So now ad set name. So depending on our ad set that we want to create, we want to usually say what region are we targeting. Let's say we're targeting US, and what interest. Let's say anyone who is interested in beauty, right? That's our audience. Or if your audience is like a custom audience, you can say custom, and then call it 1% click-through rate. So basically 1% of those who clicked on our ad. But in this case, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to say beauty, and then I'm going to say placement is going to be desktop, right? But here, then we would go, we already have United States selected here. I'm going to leave all the age here because now we just want to run for the desktop, right? So now, let me see here. Oh man, languages, we usually don't use languages unless you're planning to run your ads somewhere where that would apply. So detail targeting, here we're gonna find the beauty. There we go. So there's 120 million people who are into beauty interest, and our daily results reach might be 12 to 7400 depending on our budget. Okay, so you have option to save this audience if you want, which will make it a custom audience. So here where it says placement, you want to edit this. So depending on your goals, what I suggest is that for the awareness campaign, for the top of the funnel, you just want to show your ad on Facebook feeds. right? You can also show, depending on your campaign objective, you could show it on Instagram feed, but I would not be mixing these two. You can if you want. I would run, for example, completely different ad that's optimized for Instagram, because the size of the image is different, the message is different, so it might kind of throw you off if you try to apply same principles that go into Facebook ad training to Instagram. Uh, sorry, that apply to Facebook ads that you try to apply to Instagram ads. An audience network, we're talking here about contracts that Facebook has with other companies where it would show your ad. So I would also uncheck this and just leave it here. See, when we uncheck the audience network, our potential reach dropped by 20 million. So that's basically what we talk about here. So uh, here we want to you have option of advanced option to select where you want your ad to show, and here under placements you want to change this to desktop only, right? That's what we said here. We want to target USA, interest beauty. We want to target people who only use desktop, and because we changed that, this got populated. We don't want that, we don't want that. There we go. Now it's desktop only, our daily budget. So this is interesting. So it's interesting thing here that we can use $5 to have around 490 to 3100 reach. If we change this, number goes up, right? So depending on your goals, you might be able to do depending on your goal, you can increase your reach, you can increase your brand awareness. So that will give you ability to get faster results. So here's the optimization for ad delivery. I would not change this. You have option to change it because uh, uh, on the ad set level, you don't want to change that. You want campaign to make this decision, right? So you don't want to change it. So then we would click continue. This is the part where we would name, for example, our ad name. Now we're on ad level. We would give it a name. Let's say an ad name would be beauty products that actually work. Let's say this is the name of your ad, and this is your headline, for example. I'm just paraphrasing. Let's say we wanna create, because this is top of the funnel. We're gonna click single video. We're gonna upload video here. We're gonna enter some text here. For example, visit our website today. Well, xywz.com. You want to include always your this is sort of like a call to action. Add website URL. Boom. Display link. Yes, please. So when you do display link, you want to do it like this. You want to brand it, right? You don't want to include HTTPS, www, right? So headline would be beauty products that actually work, right? So we will go more into writing a copy. A news feed link description, we don't need that. You can choose the pixel here, but basically because we don't have a video right now here because I didn't upload anything, but it would give us preview. So what I wanted to show here is that just the hierarchy, we will go through these steps again. This was really fast, like to show you hierarchy, how it applies to our system, and to understand the folder structure, what to use for, what are the best practices, and how to move forward with that. Okay, I will see you in the next video.